Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would do just a fun, all drugstore, kind of a vampy date night look. And of course, I'm wearing the wig, not for any fun reason, mostly just because I've pretty much been shopping and or putting out Christmas decorations all day long and my hair has been up in a ponytail, so you get wig today. Alright guys, so if you want to see how I got this look using all drugstore products, then just keep watching. Alright, so to start out, I'm going to use my Pixie Glow Mist as kind of a moisturizer, primer, all that fun stuff. Okay, and then for my foundation, I'm going to be mixing two. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in the shade Nude Ivory and the Lottie London Selfie Ready Medium Coverage Foundation in the shade Toasted Almond. This is a little bit light for me, this is a little bit dark for me, so I'm mixing. I feel like it's still coming out a bit light for me, but nothing I can't fix with bronzer. All right, so I'm just gonna wipe that off. All right, so next for under eyes, I'm using this Garnier Skin Clearly Brighter and like dark circle, kind of one of those like pens. It's very nice, it's cooling. It's supposed to help with anti-aging, and it has, as you can see, a color to it, so it actually does conceal. And for some reason I couldn't find my drugstore primer, so I'm just going to use a little bit of the foundation on my eyelids. Alright, now to set that, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. Mine is in the shade Neutral Buff, so I'm kind of like adding a little bit of color but also setting. And I'm going to put a little bit of this little brush in there, just to make sure I get it under the eyes and on the lids. Okay. My lid is breaking. I don't know how that happened. All right, for bronzer, of course, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I mean, this has been really my favorite bronzer. The only reason I haven't been using it in my more recent videos is because it was at work. I'm doing a light dusting everywhere, then I'm going to take it and just go right into the cheekbone. And a little bit more on the jawline. Okay, for blush, I'm using the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, another awesome favorite of mine. Okay, now for highlighter, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. All right, so let me zoom you in and we'll do the eyes. Okay, so for eyes, I'm going to use the Covergirl True Naked Goldens palette. I really just kind of wanted to do a nice kind of smoky, bronzy, olivey eye, so these shades are perfect for that. Focus. There you go. So these are actually some really pretty shadows. So you saw I used the foundation and I set it with translucent setting powder. I'm gonna go ahead and go to this first shade right here. Do these have names? So that is Cream. And I'm just going to kind of work that into the crease just as a little base and kind of then drag the rest all over the lid. All right, so I'm gonna go into this second shade right here, which is called Cookie. This is going to go into my transition. It's definitely not the most pigmented shade in the world. I'm gonna take it up a little higher on my brow bone because it is really light. I'm gonna start out, I think, with this green shade and start working that into the outer corner. And then I'm gonna pick up the kind of coppery shade and go right next to that. I'm not wetting these just because I want them to kind of blend together. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back into the green and just blend on the outer part. And then I want to take that copper and kind of sweep it all the way through so there's a little bit of depth here on the inner corner. All right, now I'm gonna take a flat brush and spray it with some Milani setting spray. All right, and then I'm going to go into this really pretty gold shade right there. All right, so this is now wet. And I'm taking this on this inner portion of the lid. I do think I want to amp up that middle shade a little bit, so I'm gonna spray the brush again and go back into that kind of coppery, bronzy tone. And really amp that up, I think. Well, it didn't change too much. All right, back into the gold. And a little into the green with a wet brush and just see what it does. Yeah, it doesn't really make too much of an impact. All right, so now I'm going to take the lightest shade and pop that on the inner corner. All right, I'm going to take the last, no, I want to take this second to last to the green. It was kind of a deeper green, and I'm gonna just pat this right into the outer V, just to really make sure there's some nice depth out there. Okay. And then kind of a mix of these two, green and bronze, just to do one last sweep through. So now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna spray the brush again. This is just a flat angled brush that I'm using. And I'm going to go in with this darkest green shade right here and just line. And then I'm gonna take my pencil brush and go into the bronze shade and smoke underneath that. And then for a little bit of lightness, I'm gonna go into the gold shade and kind of go over the top. All right. Let me do the other eye and then I'll come back and we'll do liner. All right, so before we move on to liner, I just kind of wanted to finish up my brows. If you are already a subscriber, you know that I have had my brows microbladed, but I pretty much have no hair up here, so it very easily gets covered up when I put foundation on. Kind of a disappointment. So I'm just gonna use this Milani brow tint pen in the shade dark brown. And this just kind of brings them back to life. All right, so now on to the liner. So I found this hard candy liquid eyeliner that I wanted to try out. It's the Stroke of Gorgeous felt tip liner with lash enhancing serum. So obviously that's something I'm not gonna really notice until I've used it more times, but I definitely wanted to check it out. So this is the shade Little Black Dress. All right, so I'll definitely say I do like this liner. It goes on really nicely. It's got a good kind of blackness. It's not matte, or at least not yet. So we'll see how this works. So now for my waterline, I'm gonna use my Lottie London and PM pencil liner. This is one of my favorites. Now I'll just give the lashes a curl. And of course, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Honestly, this one, the Voluminous or Carbon Black or the Lash Paradise, two of my favorite drugstore mascaras, and both of them are L'Oreal, so they do a good job. And I don't really feel like putting on lashes, so I'm just gonna make sure I get a couple really good coats on. And I will say I'm not a fan of that one, at least the wand for the lower lashes, so I am gonna switch over to the L'Oreal Carbon Black because it has a more tapered wand, so it's just easier to not get it all over your eyes. All right guys, so that's the eyes done. The only thing we have to move on to is lips. Let me zoom you back out a little bit. Unpin my hair because that doesn't need to be up anymore. Sometimes I really like me as a blonde. All right, so I'm gonna go for a more vampy look here. You definitely don't need to do that. You could easily go with a beautiful nude gloss, but I picked this up at the drugstore. This is the Covergirl Melting Pout. It's a gel liquid lipstick, and I've been really curious to try these. So I got this, and I got the shade Raspberry Jelly. So I'm gonna give it a try because I really want to use it. Definitely, like I said, you don't have to go vampy eyes, vampy lips, but you know, I kind of like it. All right, I think I spoke too soon with this hair. The part is just driving me crazy. I'm just gonna pin this part right there for now. Okay, so I do think I want to do a light bit of lip liner. This is a Jordana lip pencil in the shade Merlot. I don't trust me with dark lipsticks and weird applicators, so I'm just gonna line my lips real quick. Oh goodness. Now that I'm looking up close in the mirror, I can see a lot of fallout on my face, so let's see if I can brush it away. So I guess I would just say be careful with those shadows. All right, moment of truth. Let's try out this lip product. So it's got like a felt applicator, and then you squeeze the product up. There it goes. All right, let's see. Gosh, that lip pencil is almost a dead-on match. Wow, I really like this color a lot. And actually, I will say that applicator was a lot easier to use than I thought it was going to be. So that is a nice little plus. It wasn't, you know, too fluffy or anything like that. So super easy to use. All right guys, so this is the finished vampy date night look using all drugstore products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I definitely had a lot of fun filming it. If you'd like to see more drugstore videos in the future, or maybe an all-one brand drugstore video, then just leave me a comment below so that I can see what I have in my collection and maybe pick up a couple of new things, because these are definitely a lot of fun. The drugstore really does have some awesome items these days. And as usual, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.